Hey guys, and welcome to another one of my #1 Sentai Gozyuger episode commentary and reviews. This time it's episode 39, Burning Intensity. I'll show you the power of the rings. And if you do enjoy what you see, please remember to like and subscribe, and maybe even leave a comment. It just means a lot on a small channel like this. Let's get into the episode. The episode opens with Bouquet spending time with Ribbon until she's reminded on work she needs to do. And as she leaves, Ribbon says she's off as well. And when asked by Fire Candle, she says, girls have their secrets. As she leaves, and as he asks why girls get to have secrets, he quickly finds himself left alone. After the credits, Herero's sitting at Half Century Cafe when the TOEI producer bursts in hoping for an exclusive with him and getting desperate when Herero says he's watching over the cafe. Before breaking the fourth wall and saying this episode will be about the Sentai rings. Flashing back to clips of the Prime Minister as Don Momotaro, the Beast Tamer as Gale Ranger, Kinjiro's former rival as Ryu Ranger, and Ryuji's maid as Red Racer, before showing other Universe Warriors using their powers. Back in the No.1 world, Fire Candle is talking to Shining Knife as he sharpens his sword, saying he intends to repay the debt of Candle and the Queen accepting him. But when Candle mentions Garyudo, Knife pauses, as we flash back to clips of Kyon as Garyudo and using them in fights with the Rangers, before showing others who have used the rings to fight the Rangers, including Fire Candle as Shinken Red and Rikuo's friend Ray, before showing Herero's Orca boosted form and Tiger Sword #1. Before we also see the formation of dual Tiger Sword and Tiger Sword 5 colours. Before revealing when asked how many rings everyone has in an easy to understand graph, before flashing to clips of Herero beating Ryuji as he explains why he only has the one ring, as though interrupted by Herero answering the phone before rushing out. Elsewhere, Ribbon has hostages she plans on making her slaves, as the Gozyugers transform and fight Ribbon and the Britons. As they fight, Ribbon fights Goju Unicorn, who, when knocked away, powers up, becoming Tiger Sword #1, overpowering Ribbon before putting the Zenkaiju ring into the sword and performing a grand Zenkai finish, forcing Ribbon to retreat, as a giant knife and sweet cake are suddenly attacking, causing an Orca boosted Goju Wolf and Goju Polar to call on Tiger Sword and Good Burn, combining them to form Tiger Sword White Burn. First destroying the missiles fired at them, and then blocking the charge attack. They then respond by firing a load of rockets, causing Knife and Sweet Cake to also retreat. As Herero returns to the cafe, he finds the producer practicing some moves, before asking Herero for the ring back, before distracting Herero and trying to run off as the episode ends. Well, if that wasn't the clippiest clip show to ever clip. That was, yeah. I think I'd actually go so far as to say this has probably been the worst episode of Gozyuger so far. Just 90% of it is clips. So, you know, it's stuff we've already seen. It goes back all the way to like episode 1 or 2, I think. But it's 90% clips. And the fight at the end felt so empty. Probably because all we had was, I mean, the main fight was Goju Unicorn and Ribbon. And all we get is someone voicing over the soup actor going, ha, 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 a bit. It felt so... And then all of a sudden, Shining Knife and Sweet Cake are there giants, like, firing knives at them. It's like, well, where the hell did they come from? Why are they there? And oh, look, we get Tiger Sword White Burn all of a sudden, who we haven't seen in God knows how long. And of course, neither No1 actually gets defeated. They just get beaten up a bit and they retreat. So pointless. And the whole bit going from Ribbon threatening her hostages, saying they're going to be her slaves, to suddenly seeing the Rangers transform and then they're fighting in a completely different place felt so incredibly jarring. Also, was that location used in King Oja a few times? It looked really familiar. But, okay, good go. Yeah, it was... It was not the best episodes by a long shot. Hopefully things are going to improve from next week as we get the new Samino with the Don Brothers actress. So hopefully, like, depending on when they're actually able to hire her, they've had a chance to go back to wherever they need to from episode 40 onwards, and they've had the time to reshoot all of the Samino scenes. Because we really, really need Gozyuger to go back to what it could be instead of what it's been these last few episodes. Because we're... Welcome back. We're on a downward spiral at the moment. Through no fault of anyone involved. I think everyone's probably trying to do the best they can. But if this was the episode that was originally planned, this would have been a bad episode either way. Anyway, my cat is trying to destroy everything. I don't really have much to say on this one. Fingers crossed, everything's going to be better next week. And we'll see you then.